Hi guys. So for those of you that are new here, I'm Tina and I talk about healing from heartbreak. And today I want to talk about the 5 qualities you look for when you're finding a new guy. So we can think of probably 100 qualities that you should look for in a guy, but honestly, I want to stick to the top 5. Now, my top 5 start with confidence. I feel that confidence is one of the most important qualities for a man to have because let's say a man doesn't have confidence. He's going to be seeking outside validation from every external source. Any girl that he thinks is cute and maybe he wants some attention or he's not too sure about his status in society or how he measures up to other guys. He's always going to be seeking that attention from other women. He may even cheat. You never know because he's always trying to balance the caliber and see how much he really offers and where he stands on the totem pole. So be careful of a guy that doesn't have confidence because there's no way that he can have confidence in the relationship if he doesn't even have confidence in what he has to offer or inner confidence. I hope you guys get my point on that and how important it is. Now, number 2, I feel that he needs to have respect for women. Now, this is important, but how do you measure if he has respect for women? It's very hard to tell. Hopefully, if you're in a relationship with a man, you have an opportunity to see how he reacts with other women and his mother, if he has a mother. And you can see how he treats women in public, whether that's at a restaurant or his sisters, and definitely his family, his aunts, any women in his life. You should be able to tell also how he speaks about women. So if he's always speaking negatively about any past relationships, that's definitely a red flag that he does not respect women. If he can't control his eyes while he's with you and he's looking at other women, he probably doesn't respect women as much as he should. So that's a definite red flag, but I think maybe you won't be able to tell like upon first meeting a guy, but you will be able to tell over time if he definitely respects women, his viewpoints, how he talks about women, how he treats women will definitely be apparent. Now, number 3, I think the best quality is, and I'm looking down at my notes, if he has good communication skills and emotional intelligence. In a relationship, there's things that come up and that you have to talk about, or things that you could be upset about that you have to discuss, or arguments that come up when just figuring out how to navigate through a relationship and blend lives together. So you're going to have a lot of communication skills, and you're going to have to be able to express your feelings and what you're feeling about, this or that. And you're also going to you need to have a lot of emotional intelligence. For example, I dated a guy and he wasn't in touch with his feelings. He couldn't communicate his feelings. He didn't have very high emotional intelligence. And this goes like a little step further, but because he wasn't connected with his feelings, he couldn't communicate his feelings. So he didn't understand why he was acting the way that he was. He was saying that, he didn't know how he felt for me. He didn't know if he cared for me enough. And as soon as I left, he's like, I want to marry you. So he's not connected with his feelings. He doesn't know why he's feeling anything. He's out of touch. So it's not going to work. He has to have good communication skills. He has to be in touch with his feelings, and he has to have emotional intelligence so he can express what he's feeling calmly and clearly, and also not be aggressive or even worse, violent. So emotional intelligence and communication skills are very important. And maybe not all of you are Christian or God-fearing individuals, but I feel that he does have to be believe in some higher power, whether that's God or whoever you believe in. But I think that he has to have a belief in a higher power than himself. Um, I think that there is a book that tells us and gives us the direction of life. And if you guys aren't aligned on what life is about and how you go about making decisions and you're reading the wrong page, then it's very hard to have a relationship if you're not reading from the same book. So if he's not the same religion as you, it can work definitely, but you really have to be clear on your principles. I know in the Bible it says, if there was ever a situation where, God forbid, it was between saving the wife and the newborn child or unborn child, in the Bible, it states clearly which one you're supposed to save. I think that some guys would save the child, but you can make another child. You can't make another wife. So you need to discuss those things before, and you can always refer to the Bible in your relationship. If you're both Christian and you believe in God, then it's like an easy way to communicate and live your life through biblical principles. And then, of course, if you're another religion, you can read from another book. I'm not being biased here, it's whatever you believe in, but you have to be on the same page. And to be submissive to a man, I want him to believe in God or have some kind of strong faith and pray so that I can feel protected and aligned and evenly yoked. The next thing is, and I think it's the fourth, one, two, three, four, it's the fifth trait that I like to have in a guy, and that is discipline. Um, you know, I think a guy should definitely wait to be with a woman intimately, and sometimes it's very hard for a guy to stay disciplined and also focused on one girl. And also, if he's not getting exactly what he wants, then he tends to maybe give up if he's not committed. But if you have discipline in one area of your life, you have discipline in every area of your life. If he's disciplined to run his business or go to work or do an excellent job or take care of his body or take care of his family, take care of himself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, then he is fit to have a relationship that requires discipline and longevity and commitment. And those traits and characteristics are just what it takes to have a successful relationship. So he really has to be disciplined to stay focused on you, and there's lots of distractions. So if he doesn't have discipline to focus, then it could be very hard to have a successful relationship. Now, for those of you that are still around, I'd like to add a bonus tip because this is something that you really need when you're looking for a guy. And I feel like it's essential for a long-lasting, fun relationship. And that is a sense of humor. I know I don't like a dry guy that doesn't have a sense of humor. I don't like a guy who's like stuffy, who can't have a good time. I want a guy that is funny, that can tell me some jokes, that can keep me entertained, that can roll with the punches of life. There's some things that happen that you just gotta laugh about. And if a guy doesn't have a sense of humor, then it's not gonna be very fun, like married to him and going through everyday life and dinners and raising a family. So I want a guy that's funny, that can make me laugh. First of all, if a guy can make me laugh, like, that's it. Like, that's a great tip to have. But I think a lot of women have like all these frivolous characteristics that they're looking for in a guy. Like, he has to be tall, he has to be cute, he has to be, dark skin, he has to be light skin, he has to be a redhead, like whatever these like little, I think, shallow characteristics that you are looking for in a guy. I really think that is like, after 25, you should not have like a type, But I think these core characteristics will help you have a successful relationship and will get you through the longevity it takes to be in a relationship. But yeah, like you can think of a million characteristics, but another important one, if he has all of these things, if he has confidence, if he has respect for women, if he has good emotional intelligence and communication, if he has faith in God or just faith in general, if he's a disciplined man and also has a sense of humor, he probably is successful in his professional life. He's probably successful in his financial life. And I think that's essential for having a good relationship. I mean, my quote is no romance without finance. So that's important too. But if you have these core characteristics that you find in a guy, then he's going to have financial wellness and he's going to be able to take care of a family and have a committed relationship. So let me know what you think about the 5 characteristics of what you should look for when you're looking for a guy and see if I left anything out. Leave a comment below, and I'd love for you to like, share, and comment because that really keeps this channel going and it really helps motivate me to make more videos like this. And I will see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bisous.